Okay, so hi everybody. Hope you had a good long weekend, and well, in some countries it's still holidays this week. Well, the 2nd of November is Wednesday, and I'm just going to finish the second series about the golden age of Portugal with this last special, the number 3, which is going to be a very short one. But I wanted to finish with the fact that we always talk about Portugal going into India, but actually they went much further. They went to Japan and China. So what happened once Vasco da Gama opens the maritime road to India and Pedro Alvarez Cabral returns there to start the spices trade? Well, from that time Portugal controlled the Indian Ocean, the spice trade, and established an eastern capital at Goa, conquered by Afonso de Albuquerque in 1510, where we have just seen that Luis de Camões was going to spend most of his life when he was up there in India, in the east. Goa, which is a beautiful island of India, and that's where actually, for all their trade in the eastern, Portugal was going to establish their capital. So chronologically, in 1512, Portuguese sailors reached Temat in the Moluccas. Remember the Spice Islands, as we mentioned in the previous episode. Island which Portugal was going to buy from the Spanish in 1528. In 1513, trading posts were set up in China, in Macau and Canton, and in 1518 Portugal built a fortress in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Then, so that was really, around that time when Vasco da Gama discovered at the end of the 15th century, and then, as I just mentioned, Pedro Alvarez Cabral returned. So they established all their trade ports and trade counters. Then the next big step is a little bit further in 1543, when Portuguese sailors arrive in Japan, the most northeastern point ever reached by European ships at that time. We can say that between 1575 and their expulsion in 1638, the Portuguese monopolized the carrying trade between China and Japan. So they were pretty important there. And that time is also worth mentioning that Portuguese sailor Ferrano de Magallan, better known as Magellan, led the first circumnavigation of the globe between 1519 and 1522. So it took him 3 years. And he was actually going to be killed in the Philippines before the end of his voyage. But all this trade in Asia and India brought great wealth to Portugal. However, the lure of overseas adventure weakened mainland Portugal, which suffered serious depopulation. And it also was mentioning that the Inquisition was introduced in Portugal around that time, and as early as in 1531 with the expel of Jews. This also proved to weaken Portugal's great power at that time. So we can say that the age of expansion of Portugal ended when a foolhardy military expedition to Morocco, led by King Sebastian, was soundly defeated in 1578 at the very famous Battle of Alcácer Quibir, which was going to pave the way back to the Spanish rule over the Portuguese kingdom in the 17th century and a long independence war. And we will cover this in more length in our next series, so the series number 3 about the Spanish War, the Spanish rule and the Independence War, which I will start next week. Okay, so here we finish the golden age of the discoveries of Portugal with that battle in Morocco in 1578, which for many historians really was the end of the age of expansion of Portugal. Okay, hope you enjoy your long week holidays if it's still the case. Enjoy the videos. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, go on www.untitled lisbonnatrail.com, and we hope to see you here very soon. Okay, thanks, bye.